Okay, so good morning. I think we can start this interesting conference, the first conference on the history of the neutrino. And we will start with a few welcome words by Antoine and Daniel.
Thank you. So good morning, everyone. I must say it's truly a pleasure to welcome you today for this special conference. So this is the first conference of the academic year in APC. APC laboratory stands for Astroparticle and Cosmology. But you know that neutrinos are everywhere, and so neutrinos are particles, astroparticles, and they are relevant for cosmology. So in fact, it is not a surprise that there is a large group of neutrino physics in the APC laboratory. I must say that it is probably the largest group in France, with important contributions in large numbers of projects, and that goes from Double Show and the forthcoming Juno, including Borexino, Antares, and the forthcoming CAM3Net project, also the Worldwide Dune experiment. And in the group, we also have activities, if you were there yesterday, about future development of liquid argon detectors for dark matter experiment, essentially, and also R&D efforts towards new detectors like the Liquido program. So it's a large panel of activities, and therefore we are very happy to welcome you to celebrate the neutrino history. So I would like to say also that this is a bit special event, not only because that's the first of the year, but also because of the tremendous concentration of prestigious people in the audience. You are the key actors of a story that has now its history. And so namely, I think it's important to mention the presence during this conference of two Nobel Prizes who are going to give talks. Professor MacDonald, who's there, and Professor Kajita, Nobel Prize winners in 2015 for the neutrino oscillation discovery that we are going to hear about. So this is a very important event, and I must say that being myself in the field since 1998, which is not a bad year for neutrinos, I can't really refrain from telling you my enthusiasm about this event. I really think that this event carries all the necessary ingredients for an interesting story, almost like an Hollywood story, because we're going to hear about many interesting things, thrilling things. It's going to be about ghosts. To some extent, it's going to be about up and downs, beauty, strangeness, charms, but it's going to be about explosions. We might fear about nuclear reactions. It's going to be about collapse, of course, and it's going to be about disappearance to some extent. So, you know, these are the important ingredients for a story that is suspenseful. But it's also going to be about society, as we will hear. And it's going to be about mixing and hierarchy to some extent. So this is certainly important as well. And I must say that it's going to be flavored. And to some extent, it's going to be a story, I would say, like a threesome affair. And even maybe more, you don't even know about that yet. So it will carry these aspects as well. So all in all, I think that it's going to be about passion, the passion of the physicist like you and me, the key players in the audience, but also the passion of the physicists that are organizing this conference. And I would like to thank Michel, Daniel, and François for chairing this event and getting us the opportunity to gather here under the auspices of Université Paris Diderot, CNRS, CEA, and the Observatoire de Paris. So a warm welcome to you, and I'm looking forward to the talk. Thank you.
So welcome to this conference on the history of the neutrino. The crazy idea to organize this conference was born 2 years ago, and it has been received with a great enthusiasm by the people contacted. At this time, we had in mind the conference on the history of particle physics, which was organized in Paris in July 1982, just before or after I forgot the ICHEP conference, which was in Paris this year. Thanks to the members of the International Scientific Committee, and many of them are present today, they contributed efficiently to the program. Why now? In fact, we are too old to wait for the 100th anniversary of the Pauli ID, and the witnesses are not so young. We had fixed a 3-day event, and this time constraint made more difficult the preparation of the program. But in fact, contacting the potential speakers has been a pleasure since we received very soon a positive answer. Few remarks. We apologize in advance. The topic is too broad that all the aspects of the history of the neutrino will be treated. We just hope not having missed important points. Second, though trying to cover all the facets of this fascinating particle, this conference should be considered as a contribution to the history of the neutrino, since some chapters have to be written, and maybe the old chapters will not be complete. There will be place for further such conferences, maybe dedicated to a given topic. The objective on each topic to have a historical approach and follow as close as possible the original papers in correlation with the scientific and historical context. The equilibrium between science historians and physicists is not as good as wished, but the quality of science historians is very high. The talks and discussions will be video registered, most of them, and published on the website of the conference. So the participants are also informed that they can be filmed. Second, we have planned a time discussion larger than in traditional conferences. I would say talks of 30 minutes plus 15-minute discussion. And we hope for a lively discussion, and there are no stupid questions. This means that we need some organization. For the people asking a question or making a comment, please wait for the microphone and give your name and institution. Lunchtime is relatively brief. In your folder, you will find a map and a list of restaurants 5 minutes walking from here, so very, very close to this place. At the end of the afternoon session, there will be a welcome cocktail. Another information, the public lecture will be given tonight at 7 p.m. by Étienne Klein, entitled in French, Majorana et Pontecorvo, Mystère et Neutrino. It's in another place, 15 minutes walk from here. Unfortunately, the success of the conference obliged us to close the registration last week, and only registered people can attend. Last, the dinner of the conference will take place at the restaurant of the Musée d'Orsay, and includes a visit to the museum. The dinner will be at 8 p.m., but the entrance to the museum will be possible from 6 p.m. This is mainly for accompanying persons. As all of you, we fell in the neutrino bathroom a long time ago. Thanks, Wolfgang. You opened the tap. Have a nice conference.